Alright, so the name of this video is gonna be Rapist Minded Men. That's what the type of things that made me schizo, thinking about shit like that, worrying about if somebody, got the wrong perception of what it's like to, be intimate with a woman. If it's forced on you, it ain't right. That's just rape, plain old rape, and it's plain old, a lot of people from the ghetto learn to be macho and just deal with shit. And if there's no love that come with, whoever you're interacting with, love usually is what they're what keeping them afloat, or loyalty. You got to figure out what type of mind they got. Is it real love or sensation to where you're feeling positive, or is it just loyalty where I'm just all street? Because some people mind can be trained a certain way. But like I said, listen to that song, Whole Pimp, and all them people talking about K-I-L, oh, you know what I'm saying, killer be killed. When I heard that song, he basically told himself he was a predator. And, when you listen to a lot of these songs, some of these people, win to hit the jackpot and stuff like that. And depending on what type of environment you come from, that could be a good or a bad thing. A lot of these people want control. They call controlling disdainful people narcissists. So, when I was a kid, I had people that really said, well, I can do this. I'm going to try to form a gang against you and your family. People really want to do that. People really want notoriety. If you're a person that have kids at an early age, meaning that whatever community you live in, it's a certain age that's considered an adult. If you have kids under that age, then, a lot of times these people are very, you know, cutthroat in the way they gotta live because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, there are rules and regulations that you must abide by, and you can do lawsuits, you can do all this just to let people and report things, just to let people know what's going on in that area, and they can either believe it or not. When you report rapes and all that shit. So with all that being said, we got to distort a perception of what it mean to be real. Everybody got their own definition of real. Everybody ain't real, and at the end of the day, you know, one thing about me, I'm gonna make you appreciate your reality as a man, because since I ain't submitting to one as far as having kids and shit like that, growing up with sexual abuse experiences, I raised my little sister to be gay and told them that it will be rape simply because of this certain mindset. And at the end of the day, there will be women that are loyal to certain men that may think this way, and because they say, you hear through hearsay, you hear a lot of people say everybody need love, even gangsters and shit like that. A gangster ain't always a good person. These are lucky people that, tend to commit crime and get away with it. But that's what the streets is, a very cutthroat mentality. You never know what's going on until you just do your own research, and some things are learned better by doing or happening to you. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know who runs what. You can see all these things. Whoever you see in the building or see in the paperwork, 9 times out of 10, those are the people who running this shit. But in essence, you know what I'm saying? Don't be fooled by, what you see. Sometimes some people are smart enough, they can live in a bad demographic and be running shit because of this and that and the third. Because of my lack of growing up and being, a victim, I have to talk myself. I don't know how you talk yourself out of a victim mentality when you're actually a victim. But all you gotta do, they just tell you to be strong and stuff. But I bought a book that says The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. A counterintuitive approach to living a good life by Mark Manson. We'll see what Mark Manson got to say. You know, a lot of people are spoiled, and a lot of times you come from impoverished communities. You know, the wrong type of people are being viewed as leaders, but they'll tell you in their rap songs and stuff that they're not a role model like Fox and Million, and you just gotta take shit for what it is. And sometimes, I think people should be rewarded for good behavior, because that's what you're gonna get when you're inside of a jail setting. people are going to reward you for being good. And I think these men that I grew up around really see the control that they may have because of the, normalcy of, it might be a lot of dysfunctionality, but, a lot of people use what they got to get what they want. So a lot of, they say the porn industry is $1 billion company. A lot of people, you know, are introduced to sex at an early age, and that still sells and stuff. And I just think that, you know, all I got is trying to be an intellect and the little strength that I got left just to live life every day. So many negative connotations that can be put on your mind. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Nobody's exempt from surviving crime. And if you have to use somebody else to stay on top, that's just how you do. A lot of motherfuckers play dirty, but everybody gonna get theirs one day. And, just keep your mind open and just try to live life every day. Some of y'all forming bonds against the wrong people. Some of y'all sitting here trying to commit crimes on people that don't deserve it and really thought that they had the odds against them. Like that song by Plies, trying to beat the odds. They say 1 out of 10 blacks born in the ghetto, you know, gonna end up behind bars. That was the statistic that he read somewhere. So, you know, I don't know what y'all got going on, but as far as me being a damn sexual abuse victim, I'm doing damn well. But it won't matter if your pride is hurt. You see what I'm saying? If you talk to, take pride in who you are and you really dealing with some physical after effects and emotional after effects, don't let that shit get to your mind. That's all it's about. It's a mind thing. Most of us are stronger than we give ourselves credit for. And then you'll hear a lot of older people, they be like, man, I'm tired. I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to hear nothing negative. But that's how life is. A lot of people that I grew up around, my grandmas and stuff, they done lost damn near they whole damn families and shit. So I guess, you experience some type of apathetic emotions and you really still hurt deep down inside and there ain't really nothing you can do about it. That's what they want me to know. So I've experienced so many emotional declines, I really don't know how to feel but negative. But, at least we still moving our limbs. We ain't letting the shit get to us that bad. But like I've said, I've got a lot of people that I grew up around that mind really ain't right. And don't think too hard about shit. Just kind of let life happen. Just expect it. If you have to expect the worst, it don't mean you thinking negative. It just means that that's the hand that's been given to you. So it don't matter. You have to build credibility. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's not about you being here, it's about the future. So I be thinking about these young men that's around me and stuff, and they like, shit, well, I help, do construction and shit like that. So in the future, I will create generational wealth for my last name or my name. That's what you want because, you come from an environment where you weren't supposed to make it. So you just live every day and you build confidence of that. So nobody's exempt from shit. That's all I got to say.